And Kennen, ooh, and I want to know what kind of Kennen it's going to be, especially in Korea. We've seen a lot of Hurricane on-hit attack speed-based Kennens, which is my bet for this.
Yeah, it's going to be the Wit's End fairly early. A lot of times they'll end up building a call. We have not gotten to see this Kennen in North America, despite me mentioning like 17 times in Champs, like they could go with the Kennen. Now we actually going to get to see Seraph going with it, and that's what I hope we see.
Yeah, going to be fun either way. Definitely going to be a powerful champion. The ultimate is still just as strong, and it's sort of worth noting if you're going for this sort of on-hit build, you think, oh, well, the spells are weaker, but Kennen didn't buy a ton of ability power in the early game anyway. He was often getting Doran's Blades and trying to bully the lane, so it's the super late game team fighting that gets weaker, but his mid game is actually just as strong as ever and is an even better laner. It's part of the reason that build has gotten more popular. And the champ side, of course, is done. A pretty squishy lineup on both these sides. No, I guess Kha'Zix is not really a tank for Envy, but there is a Taric and an Ivern to hold frontline for TSM. Rumble if he can as well. So I guess to recap, differences in durability.
Yeah, and I think the durability advantage is on the side of TSM. I feel like one of the reasons Ivern finds success is not only is he good in poke comps, he can really help you win these squishy versus squishy matchups just because you have so many more supportive skills. I mean, you look at the TSM lineup with the Taric ultimate as well as the spammable Ivern shields that can come in. I think they have a much stronger level of cohesion in teamfights.
Back in they go. 4-minion lead, small one for Envy. You're hoping to find the way in on Bjergsen, who goes in for the trade, and suddenly there is a Kha'Zix exhaust use right away. Bjergsen running with Storm Raiders, that's going to get him away just barely. Yes, he will slink away. The flash, the E, he's going to get him with the Q. Nicely done by Ninja. That was beautifully played to get that one to come through. Then going to land the root. Nicely skill shotted. The 1-for-1 gets the trade kill. Advantage Envy. Lyra really wants him. Can't quite get it. And this is now really dangerous. He's out of cooldowns. Svenskeren, he's got to be careful. Oh, Svenskeren gets him in the end. For the Candy Cane Kingdom. Svenskeren is king. Salutations to you. Because when they play solo queue, it is 7-3. And said, you know what? This is good all the time anyway. Again, a trade in the mid lane, and Ninja gonna get rooted up several times. Here comes Curtain Call. I don't think there's any way out of this one. Wild Turtle claims the kill credit. Shows up to mid and says 300 gold is mine. Back to bot lane we go.
Here comes a dive bot.
And they're unaware that Ninja left the lane, so early damage into Biofrost turns invincible, and that's gonna buy him enough time to push them back out. So Biofrost timely ulti. First turret comes down to the top side, and Envy got nothing for this. They're gonna try it again. The TP was canceled, which means Wild Turtle's definitely gone. I don't know why they didn't run left in the first place, but walked back into his turret, and Wild Turtle died for it.
Yeah, the beginnings of a nice play. Feel like they could have prevented that, but they're still going to go for an extended turret trade. Notice how Daisy still tanking turret shots until it gets low. Beautiful micro of it right there. Shield it.
Oh, sadly.
Yeah. Even so, look at the turret damage they're getting. While they still have full health of their turret down bot side. Since they didn't get the turret, not worth the trade. TSM either should have backed off during the initial channel of the teleport, or Hauntzer should have completed the channel since they would have still traded the turret top lane for nothing, and then they wouldn't have had to suffer the casualties.
Yeah, sadly, Wild Turtle got the wrong opinion when they said pushing daisies. They meant they're pushing top, don't just get yourself killed, but unlucky for him. Svenskeren and Lyra now in a battle for the Raptor Pit. Rise wants to show as well. He's going to flash the wall. Oh, Bjergsen snipes off Lyra and the Raptors as well. Exhaust now and a Ninja Hako coming to support that. Ulti is down, though. It just means it's slowing a bit of damage. Bjergsen walking away.
That was all of the damage that he needed to kill Lyra with. I feel like that was very slim margins of actually getting the kill, but because Svenskeren was down Daisy, Lyra knew he could get the isolation, but now that's a 2-level gap between Svenskeren's Ivern and Lyra's Kha'Zix. So Lyra's definitely not pulling off successful moves. This should at least burn his flash.
Flash down, the flash and chase. That's going to be the kill picked up solo for Hauntzer. The early work was done by his teammates. No assist to go over. Now mid lane under fire. Sven jumps the wall and gets over to his team.
Yeah, and even though Ninja's gone with that Glacial Shroud and now Frozen Heart, that is still no durability against Hauntzer, so he was a piece of paper, actually less tanky than he would have been with the Rod of Ages build as he gets turret dove right there.
Biofrost right clicks, goes into melee range, just kidding, didn't want to be here. Runs back out, tanky enough to be alright with it, but this is TSM, wedging in a 1,600 gold lead, up 3 kills, up a turret. And Envy, with their one saving grace being good early game, even that's not going well.
And TSM putting huge pressure down on the bottom side, slash at Drake. Looks like Envy wants to fight.
Ooh, he's going to take some damage. Sun's going to land. How quickly can he turn invincible? Okay, in time, but here comes Seraph. And they're going to want into this one. How much can they get onto Svenskeren? Heals with Redemption. Bjergsen now across the wall. Big stuns coming across. Equalizer right on a Hakuho. A lot of damage across. Bjergsen is low. Can they get the kills? Yes, one for Apollo. Going to trade back on a Seraph. Not quite going to get him yet. Apollo with 2. The stun's going to finally get them 1 kill. They've taken out Ninja.
Where's
the
the shots?
To get away. The shots are all going to get onto Apollo. He tried to dodge and couldn't do it. Looks like that's a 2 for 2 on this fight, as TSM have grouped up in the river and won't find anyone else to kill. And this gold is now within 400.
So he's able to flash out immediately, and we're into a fight.
Into a fight with Lyra running out of HP. Bjergsen getting the kill on a Hakuho, and now the slow comes in for Hanzo. That's a double kill quickly picked up for the TSM mid laner, and a solo kill for Bjergsen to the cleanup after. 2 for 0, TSM with control.
Yeah, would love to see how that one started, because EnVy should not be in positions to get caught in fights away from turrets and away from objectives while Seraph is split pushing. That goes completely against what their strategy should be, and this transitions immediately into one of Ivern's perfect plays. You put the brush in the Baron pit, and they can't see the Baron.
Can't do much about it. There's not much they can do. Seraph flashless as well. No chance to steal. Okay, maybe there's a chance you can Q it. Has to guess, and wow, not even with Smite available. There was the chance for the Shuriken to steal, but would have had to been a blind guess, and Seraph didn't even try. Big mistake there, and EnVy losing Baron as a result of it. TSM now with all the tools needed to win. Ninja, okay, he's gonna roam warp out. I don't think he was actually seen.
They might see him now.
He thought he got spotted by the trap,
no.
but now here comes a TP flank, actually. It's Seraph wanting in. This is, oh, no, he cancels. Now Ninja's really caught alone. He does have flash. He's gonna not dodge the shock blast. He's dead for this one. Picked off. He was surrounded anyways. Svenskar on the other side of the wall. That, he actually could have recalled. He thought he was caught, and then he was caught as a result of casting the ultimate.
And this is really going to accelerate this game for TSM, because this is exactly what they are set up to do. Baron buff with Ivern and the poke comp, and they've already gotten a pick, so it is a 2 to 3 man defense as Seraph is continuing to split push. This is going to be the inhibitor if Seraph doesn't come back right now, and even if he does, he might not be able to stop him.
A really good chance TSM just take down a lot of the base right here. In they go. Look at the curtain call damage. Hakuho would die in one more shot. What a play by Turtle. He waits or predicts the flash. I'd have to tell again, but that was beautiful. That's the turret, the kill, the inhibitor gone as well. TSM taking an arm, leg, and almost the entire body. And in fact, they're going for that head, shooting for the weak point. Nexus turret number 1 going to go down. Lyra waste leap to go back to the fountain.
They're going to keep going. The turret's on Hotzer, who's invulnerable. They're going to try and end.
Redemption heal is in. There comes the HP back in, about 2,000 in total. And now they're ready for the Nexus. A big stun comes out for Seraph. Kites away. Lyra on the wings. Can't get anything done. 2 for 0 on that fight. Make it 3. Make it the last 2 champions. The Nexus as well. TSM finally finds a way to win game 1. And it's in 24 minutes in convincing fashion over Team EnVy.
Yeah, I believe that makes it the fastest game of the split thus far. Hanser just throws off his headset. It's done, and it was a little mistake by EnVy, followed by some bigger mistakes by EnVy. Bjergsen may just end up going with an assassin.
Echo.
The Echo.
Fun, yeah, exactly. So, as part of the reason I didn't like the Zed ban is it would make the team full AD if that were the case. Echo can fulfill similar roles and actually do magic damage to round out the composition. Team EnVy, I will consider that Zed ban suspect. But Bjergsen wanted to play Echo here into this one, and certainly it would be hard to play Jason as Zed. But either way, we're going to move on and talk about what these comps can actually do. Team EnVy, a bunch of ranged champions. Lyra and Ninja can be melee half the time, but generally consider them ranged. TSM, once again, with a fairly well-rounded lineup. They've got 1.5 frontliners and plenty of backline damage with triple marksman.
Yeah, and EnVy has a massive amount of poke, and again have gone with the attempt of having strong lanes, but they don't have the greatest of disengage. Hopefully they would think the Cannon ultimate would save them a bit from TSM, but TSM has double TP. They're going to be looking to try and make flank initiations, although they don't have the strongest amount of crowd control that you would want against a pick comp. So not an ideal composition from TSM, as I feel like EnVy has a lot of strong poke champions, but it's going to be a battle of EnVy split pushing and poking versus TSM being able to set up flanks. Svenskar's got to get out of there.
He doesn't have Smite. His E is back up. Going to dodge away from the roots, but he's going to take a javelin to the back of the head. Can he flash the wall? Doesn't even matter if he does so. Q, auto attack flashing one of the pounces, and he jukes away a bit, but he's 2 hits away from dead. The buff is going to burn down. He's not going to go. Lyra gets away with his life just barely. Bjergsen pushes them off.
But Bjergsen probably could have flash followed with an auto attack and gotten a kill, but he decided not to commit for it. A bunch of really close calls and almost too much discipline for Bjergsen right there, as I feel like he could have gotten first blood double buffs, but conservative play there, just hoping to get Svenskar and stage and back to laning.
Hawkshot to say, hey, is Graves bot lane? Yes, he is. Okay, respect to the gank power. Stun's gonna land in a Biofrost, but they pull the trigger in time. Javelin from long range means first blood goes over to Hakuho. And stats don't lie, Jat. Team Envy off the first blood.
And that was just a really good play by everyone on Envy right there. Apollo does most of the work by not only hawk-shotting the opponent jungle, but also by pulling the trigger. And then no one had to fully commit to risk being teleported on the other side, because it's double TP on both of these teams. You can expect a lot of bot lane parties, but they just basically killed Biofrost for max range and kept the counterattack out of the equation. But now TSM trying to vary their response. They're the ones that send the Misfortune Engine up the top lane, and they're going to try and push Seraph in.
All right, there we go. Signs of life for TSM. Taunt's going to land. Plenty of slows the root as well, and Seraph only has so much HP. Down he goes pretty rapidly. No armor health in the tooltip, and that's going to be a kill. TSM with their first to the board. Looking for their first ever damage as top outer turret as well, but it should be faster from Team Envy. They've got a head start, as well as good champions to the roll.
It's a bit of a turret race, you'd think, but Grade's not even helping in the mini wave. You're right, this is first turret easily over to Envy, so that kind of negates the gold that was gained by the top lane kill. They have this 5 ranged champion team composition. They want to get turret pressure and then avoid getting picked off as much as possible. Seraph, though,
Ooh, flashing that out of the cone damage. Frost nearly dies with the crit, but he's a couple hits away from getting it anyway. Now he's got to get away from Curtain Call. Ninja just walks in a melee range, and Turtle has to run for dear life, has to flash away as well, as he would have died to the skies.
With the Shen ultimate, they could force a 5v4 or just jump on Ninja. Here comes the Shen ult.
A lot of damage in Shen as well. Ninja is so fast. And again, he jukes it. Ninja's mechanics are really quite good, but the dive is still coming through. Bjergsen to ult out, but Hanser grabs himself the kill. 1 for 0, nicely played. Seraph is roaming down just to the mid lane, though. Look at the pressure that one as a trade for the kill.
0 for 3 on those taunts, but they should still be able to force for this Drake. Envy gonna try and stop potentially.
They land the stun on Wild Turtle, Javelin in as well, but not much of a chance to steal. That's gonna be 2 Drakes to TSM. Seraph still just pushing the mid lane in. The rest of the team will join him, and turret for an Ocean Drake and a kill is a reasonable trade, though probably a little bit TSM favored.
Of course, when he has the auto attack zone, Seraph has to walk away from it. Oh, Ash Arrow.
Biofrost takes the stun, which means the damage still comes through, and Wild Turtle takes down Hakuho. Beautifully done there. TSM starting to claw that comeback in. Hanser pulling the ult out away from Seraph. And he's not even building that strongly against magic resist, of course, but still surviving it up. Puts the shield. Seraph has to kite back and forth, and Hanser making the best of a bad situation, I gotta believe. But of course, this turret still losing HP. Here comes the re-engage the team wants in. Hanser decides whether he wants to stay for the turret or not. Finally decides to run away. And maybe now re-engage Apollo. Oh my gosh, the health damage! Wild Turtle and Svensker and landing the skill shots. Apollo having a miserable time of this one. Gets picked off, and now TSM numbers lead, push in. Bot lane outer is theirs, and they are finding these signs of life.
Yeah, and that one really hurts for Envy because Ninja did avoid the initial push, and Seraph's plan, as is usual, is just to split push while the rest of the team tries to survive. That plan hasn't worked very well for Envy, but that is still what they are built to do.
Getting a lot done with them. The arrow picks aren't really coming in, and the Ninja Siege isn't getting a lot done either. Seraph once again in a battle with Hanser, and Hanser just kind of withstanding the damage. You got to jump over the wall. Spencer coming for the flank, and suddenly now Seraph is going to be in a bad spot. Blinded attack, goes for the stun, gets away from most, but there we go. A taunt finally lands for Hanser. Finds a button on his keyboard. The kill comes through to Svensker, and red buff steal comes through for Lyra, but I will take a kill for the red buff any day of the week.
Armor build is working almost perfectly based on the split push opponents he's dealing with. But Envy did land a little bit of poke on Biofrost, and they're going for their first Drake. This one's Infernal.
Oh, it's going to be enough damage. Shock Blast is a little bit short. He's going to stay alive. Drake still goes over. Envy get Infernal Drake. More damage is nice to have. Maybe the signs of life continue here. That kind of poke that they need more of.
Yeah, exactly. They finally got some map pressure with their 1-3-1 and then collapsed it at the right time to be able to take an objective, and they were able to land the poke, which is the all-critical thing. Lyra and Ninja, if they can get accurate when they do collapse back, is how they're going to have to win, because TSM, just that one Ocean Drake, no natural sustain on their champions. Surprising that Envy hasn't been able to set up more of those in the first 32 minutes of the game.
And that is an important cooldown gone for him. Void Staff in means important items. This is the Baron rush we're looking at.
Yep, they got a lot of attack speed on that Kennen. We talked about Baron being rushable. Bjergsen has no ultimate. That Baron is down.
2,000 HP. The smite not going to come through. Nicely picked up there by Ninja. Team fight is on. Apollo dropped dangerously low. Curtain Call drops Ninja quite injured as well. Hakuo's out, and it's going to be Seraph picking up the first kill of this fight. A trade comes in for Wild Turtle and gets a second for himself. Now on to Lyra, the squishy on the side. Turtle can't quite find the chase. That's Baron for -1 so far. Advantage Team Envy. Lyra with the Javelin. That gets blocked out regardless. He outranges it. TSM with momentary map control, but once the respawns are in, EnVy gonna have 3 Baron buffs to their credit.
Yeah, quite a good rush there by EnVy. Unfortunate for them that Seraph fell since he would be a primary split pusher, but TSM trying to get as much as they can on the backside here.
They're gonna grit their teeth in Baron. They're gonna take down mid lane tier 2, and suddenly the gold swing of that Baron pickup mostly neutered.
And oh no, this is just not the right position for Ninja.
He is much too far forward. Kill comes through, not even a problem. Infinity had helping with that one. Kill credit goes to Wild Turtle, the double marksman in the bot lane, take down the marksman in the mid lane. And EnVy, unfortunately, have lost one more of their Baron buffs. Oh my gosh, Hakuho deleted!
And this is one of the most frustrating things about watching EnVy is you look at them make a good play and then they just seem to throw it away sometimes. They did not have good vision that side of the jungle. Their team was not pressuring waves. Ninja gets picked off as well as Hakuho, and now TSM can potentially open up multiple inhibitors if they play this right.
And this TSM doing this with a gold deficit facing off against Baron buff, but they're just so much better at making the plays happen. Looks like this could actually be TSM's first 2-0 of the split. Mid lane inhibitor goes down. They walk right back down to the bot lane as well. Still missing Ninja and Hakuho. You can't defend a 3v5, and EnVy should not throw away the kills. A good little bit of poke done. Wild Turtle's a bit injured, but TSM get to walk away with swagger. And yep, limited time to even try Drake at all because of the mid and bot inhibitor. And then the Haunter split push is enough to make them have to back off on the call. EnVy now in a losing position, looking to sneak in on this one, but Svenskeren respecting some of the poke, has to respect
do a 50-50
arrow,
either.
the javelin, the engage, and Hakuho's gone right away. Once again, he's the front line looking for the steal on the Drake. Going to be picked up, though, by a convenient smite from Svenskeren. 2 kills already picked up here, by the way, and this one, Ninja could be the next. Running out of HP, Snipe not going to land. Hunter actually getting shot around a fair bit. Look at that one! Onto the ulti, Bjergsen finds it. Seraph still defending with Hunter on the top side of the map, actually, as they both recall away, but TSM obviously coming away with this one, 3 for 0, plus the Elder Dragon, plus now the push into the base. There is no stopping them anymore. TSM looks like it's going to be the game. Looks like it's going to be the match. Looks like it's going to be the 2-0 as TSM take down the rest of the Nexus turrets. And showing their mettle and showing that EnVy just do not have the learnings to play late game appropriately as TSM take down the Nexus for the 2-0.